Yes, the first people are those Spanish passengers and crew members, 14 of them, plus a World Health Organization official, because they will be flown here to Madrid to a military hospital. The plane is on the runway, and we've seen the Spaniards emerging. They have a very minimum of belongings. They have their mobile phones to be able to contact their families and the items that they absolutely need. But the rest of those of their luggage will continue on the ship, which will continue on to the Netherlands. This is a very highly diligent plan to bring out the passengers by groups of nationalities. After the Spaniards will follow those who will board the Dutch plane for the Netherlands. And we know that the Netherlands will also be taking the Germans, the Greek passengers, and potentially some others that haven't been able to send planes. The last plane will be out by tomorrow afternoon, say officials, and that will be the Aussie plane. The Australian government will send a plane that will also take some other passengers back, not just to Australia, but also to Southeast Asia. There were Philippine staff members on this boat, and that government has not been able to send its own plane. We've seen people taking temperatures of the passengers in the ship, or at least doctors going in and out. And we've also seen the process of checking documentation, because of course this is a border. 23 nationalities on those crew members and passengers, all very glad probably to get onto some dry land before they head back to their own countries, where the countries will decide what kind of quarantine they need to do. At the moment, all those passengers are asymptomatic. They have no symptoms of hantavirus.
Yeah, much of the world briefed in some of these matters after the coronavirus pandemic. Some of these images perhaps bringing up some not so fond memories for us, Sarah. But the World Health Organization is keen to point out this is not the coronavirus. This is not the same sort of risk that we're dealing with. But a lot of local people in Tenerife are still concerned.
They are indeed. The Canary Island president even surprised people a few hours ago by saying that he would not be complicit in that ship putting anchor down off the coast of Tenerife, even though this is a secondary port with very little activity. He was worried about rats who contaminate this virus, pass on this virus to humans from the ship, even though the health ministry was at pains to say the ship had been checked. There are no rodents on board, but people are very nervous, particularly because they know there's a high incubation period for this virus of potentially up to 6 weeks. The health experts have been saying to them that this is not as easy to pass on to other humans as the coronavirus. It is a known virus. It has been analysed by epidemiologists since the 1950s, and they say these protocols are extremely strict that we're seeing today. Even some experts say that they're a little bit exaggerated given the way that this virus normally passes or can pass on to people.
All right.